So after 3 entire years of waiting, arguably the maximum predicted second season of a display with Inside, the records of Netflix has eventually landed on our monitors. Squid Game Season 2, following Yusol being harassed as to why Guihan didn't simply take the 45 billion won and cross and notice his daughter as a substitute of looking to get lower back into the video games. This season supplied a solution on precisely why he made his selection, and we additionally noticed his quest of trying to take down the frontman, so the life of the video games themselves. But little did he realize that the very man or woman that he became searching out became quite actually proper below his nostril the whole time, within finishing that setup Season 3 flawlessly, which is ready to be the very last season of the display and a mid-credit score scene, which additionally Shay A. lighten what can be at the horizon. Let's wreck down the finishing of this season and solution. All of the primary questions right here is Squid Game Season 2 finishing explained, simply to can help you realize this video will comprise spoilers. The finishing explain internal of the video games. While it got here to the finishing of Season 2, we constantly knew that there has been going to be a Season 3 with Inside the Destiny, because the creator showed during the summertime season that the 1-3 installment will be the ultimate. So the tale in Season 2 became one which became in no way absolutely going to get any type of decision in Episode 7A's. It became going to be unfold across multiple season. Subsequently, why it felt find it irresistible, ended so unexpectedly with Young being killed through the front guy. This became his punishment for Guihan for their rebellion that he orchestrated with Inside the tree to locate the frontman with Inside the control location. This became so Guihan would have even greater deaths on his conscience, something which we did see impacted him closely in the sooner components of the season, and it carried via as he had nightmares that he became going to lead human beings to their deaths. The season became all approximately Guihan trying to locate the front guy in order that he may want to kill him, and additionally the very human beings that facilitate the video games in order that the people that have been regarded as disposable, those who have been in debt and didn't provide something to society, may want to prevent being regarded that manner. He desired the individuals to prevent being killed as amusement for the wealthy and to position and quit to it. For precise the frontman going into the video games and positioning himself as a contestant and giving himself primary, which became truly a name returned to Ilum being primary. And being the writer of the video games, it became something that he did due to the fact he desired to nearly taunt Guihan and be along him without him even understanding. He became additionally seeking to capture him out morally all through their time collectively too, which include while Guihan became organized to permit numerous of the X's to die for the extra precise of the plan and being capable of release the rebellion and make their manner to the control vicinity, something which type of went against Guan's philosophy of no person being regarded as disposable. However, the very human beings that he became at the identical aspect with have been being regarded as that through him. Therefore why there became a moderate smirk that became on Young's face, while Guihan stated that the battle-taking vicinity became something which became in no way virtually going to paintings, and the front man became continually going to switch aspects, ultimately now no longer a unmarried adjointed Guihan, with Inside the combat to get to the control vicinity, and numerous of the X's have been decimated. This means that once the display returns in Season 3, the O's are going to have the bulk vote while they vote once more with Inside the morning. And the video games are going to maintain, which means that the prize pot goes to get even larger. That is why I agree with Inor allowed Guihan to allow the rebellion show up. He had the identical mindset as Guihan. Sacrifice some for the extra precise, and it truly is precisely what we noticed happening with the squatties. One component that I found especially thrilling approximately the final moments while the frontman killed Young became that he did it without any hesitation and all posing as Young. Il spent plenty of time with Young B, so it became a surprise to look it show up. However, I think Textra so confirmed us simply how bloodless of an character he became, and that it became all simply one large act. Each Guihan and Inho had reflected movements on this season of the display, particularly the finale. However, they've been simply on opposing aspects of the war, while it got here to Inho. We heard him telling a backstory, approximately the character that he made up sick the tale that his spouse became sick and became death, and he became in there due to the fact he desired the cash for her remedy, plus she became additionally pregnant. We recognize that during fact Ino's spouse really died as John Hoare visited her grave, so it additionally made me surprised if she turned into sporting his infant whilst she died. In actual existence, this will be why he has the set that he misplaced everything that he cared approximately, and he may want to be expressing the blame and anger that he has via the video games. We recognize that he turned into, as soon as a player with inside the video games in 2015, so turned into that, his motivation on the time, and turned into he tapping into what his unique motive turned into on this season of the display may want to. She have even died whilst the turned into in there, so it might have made the cash redundant to him, I believe. We'll study greater approximately his backstory in the subsequent season of the display. However, it is one that I'm surely fascinated in outdoor of Guihan and Inho. We noticed that among the different contributors of the X's group's fade had been in query on the end of the episode. As an instance, Deho turned into paralyzed with worry. Whilst he went again to retrieve the more rounds for the weapons, he could not stroll toward the gunshots. And I'm presuming it truly is due to some form of PTSD that he has from being a Marine. We additionally noticed Junie and Mangi had made up, and it appeared like there has been an ounce of care that turned into among them. Once more perhaps insinuating that in the event that they got out, then there could be a hazard to togetherness with their infant that she's sporting. Yanju turned into additionally organized to deviate away of means of firing on the squatties that stormed into the room. However, Gamja stopped her from doing so because of this, that she'll be alive with inside the subsequent season of the display. No W quantity 11 defined. Quantity 11 turned into an extraordinarily thrilling man or woman on this season of the display. We observed out that she left North Korea, and while she did, she left her daughter at the back of something that made her pass over her, and additionally, turn out to be a soldier in the sport, in order that she may want to make cash and lease any individual to locate her daughter and convey her to South Korea. However, it turned into tough for her to be observed. This turned into something that gave her a deep connection to contestant 246, the character, who she noticed at the outdoor, that had a daughter referred to as Neon, who turned into extraordinarily sick and wished a bone marrow transplant. Due to the fact he turned into with inside the video games, you would need to believe that he could not have the funds for it. Noel turned into a soldier that accomplished her obligations of killing the contestants in the event that they have been removed. However, she didn't need to be part of the black marketplace, organ extraction and promoting that the video games became doing on Theaspect. We noticed that they had deliberately go away a few contestants alive to be able to take their components and promote them on this. Became something that she failed to agree with in any respect. And if she noticed that a few have been left alive, she'd kill them, so it would not be capable of manifest something that did land her in hassle on several activities with the officer. Noel's connection to 246 and his daughter became something that made her hold a watch on him at some stage in the video games. However, as we noticed in the remaining moments of the finale, 246 became shot as he surrendered, and he became shot via way the means of any individual that had a triangle masks the equal form that she had. So, I'm thinking if that became her, I do not buy that she'd truly do long-lasting harm to him. 11, though she has a gentle aspect inside and the reality that she returned the Crimson had at some stage in the start, I do not assume she disadvantaged that daughter of her father. The finishing defined outside of the island. J.N. Hall became desperately trying to get to the island that his brother, the frontman, shot him off at some stage in Season 1, and to be able to do this, we noticed him running with a captain, wherein he'd been going out with him and looking for it for the beyond. Few years, we have been below the influence that the captain became a very good man, and became really a snive as what he stated he became, but it became out that that wasn't the case at all. At some stage in the very last episode, we noticed that the captain became messing around with the drone that they have been the usage of to fly over the island, and he became stuck doing some stage in the useless of nighttime. While that occurred, he killed the man or woman that stuck him and threw him overboard, displaying that he became in reality concerned with inside the video games that befell. We additionally have to bear in mind that he became the man or woman that located Janho while he became misplaced at sea, so he became constantly going to encounter him. If he became concerned with inside the video games, I'm imagining that he became messing round with the drone due to the fact they have been getting near uncovering the reality, or even any other front to the island and the place wherein the video games manifest. The drone became their manner of being capable of live secure while looking. So if it wasn't capable of paintings, it'd imply that they had ought to get off the boat, which could maximum possibly result in extra of them death. So I experience he's going to be doing is pleasant to save you Janner from finding every other front to the location that has been plaguing his thoughts for. See you later. The mid-credit score scene defined for the duration of the rolling of the credit after the finale. There has been a mid-credit score scene that seemed we noticed 3 contestants taking walks in the direction of the notorious He doll for a recreation of purple mild green light. However, in addition to that, we additionally noticed every other doll. This changed into clearly a doll known as Chulu A doll that changed into teased through the writer of the display, while he introduced that there might be a brand new season of Squid Recreation. I'm predicting that is going to be a scene from Season 3 of the display, and that there is going to be a brand new version of the infamous Recreation that constantly eliminates the primary batch of contestants. My review of Squid Game Season 2. I concept it changed into terrific to have Squid Recreation again on our monitors after a truthful few years. Do I suppose it changed into as precise as Season 1? No, Edo. Not, however, I suppose that is due to the fact, realistically, we have got best visible 1-2 of it. This simply felt like a tale that has been reduced quick, and whilst you have a take, I observe them, manufacturing of it we have got now no longer obtained. Every last product, reputedly, Season 2 and Season 3 have been filmed again, so the complete tale has been instructed. We have got simply now no longer obtained it, but so it's miles a chunk of a disgrace. However, actual judgment might be solid on this precise tale on the give-up of Season 3. I suppose in phrases of the video games, it felt like there has been much less of a recognition on them on this season of the display. And I suppose that changed into a disgrace due to the fact the video games are what made the primary season so precise. I believe we're given a truthful few in Season 3, and due to the fact it is been spread out, that is in all likelihood why the absence is felt. I do additionally experience just like the display attempted to reflect sure matters that labored in the primary season, and it simply felt a chunk too replica and paste for me. For example, while Abdul Ali changed into killed in Season 1, it changed into the sort of effective and emotional second, and I experienced like they attempted to imitate that with younger me while she failed to make it in this season. However, it simply failed to experience the equal due to the fact there wasn't actually an awful lot of an emotional connection to her, so it failed to land as I experienced the display desired it to do. Not get me incorrect, it changed into Erebus second. However, it simply felt like it changed into perform to imitate what befell in Season 1 in phrases of the characters. In this season, I concept there has been some proper range for positive. However, I don't think I felt as related to them as I did the characters with inside the first season. That being stated, 11 though, I did like John Hayonger, Sik, his mom Yeonju, and additionally Jung Bi. I concept all of them had very thrilling tale arcs in their relationships that they with each different had been truly the most thrilling ones to observe out of doors of the principal tale close to Jalai type of. Felt like his tale turned into simply on the aspect. However, I consider it'll get manner extra of a focal point in Season 3 as the display attracts to and cease due to the fact it is one that is extraordinarily complicated, due to the fact it is glaringly his brother that is at the back of the video games. I assume if he had have made it into the video games on this component, there would not be as a lot to construct toward in the following season of the display. One thing that I do need to reward the display for is the track that it makes use of it simply sincerely, is aware of the way to seize the surroundings and temper of a scene, whilst the long-lasting sound commenced. Gambling on the cease of episode 2 for the primary time, with the twist of Noel being a soldier, and now no longer a contestant, it turned into any such incredible moment. I'd additionally say that the primary episodes had been sincerely robust. I did fear approximately how they had been making plans on choosing the display, returned up and reintroducing us to the international. However, they did it in any such seamless, innovative manner. The entirety that happened with attempting to find the recruiter turned into so thrilling to observe, and it truly stood out on this season. I additionally think the finale with the battles that took Aria had been simply epic to observe, the only in the darkness among the X and O's, and additionally the only among the contestants and the squaddies. I'm searching ahead to seeing what will occur. Whilst the display does go back, this turned into a proper installment for positive, and it turned into truly really well worth the wait. However, I feel we will get the actual bulk of it and the equal feeling that we had in Season 1 while Season 3 finally airs. So there you've got CID Squid Game Season 2, ending defined. What did you observe of this season? Allow me understand your mind with inside there, Marks. As usually, thank you for tuning into the video, and I'll see you with inside the subsequent one.